you been here?
You said you haven't been here.
Mine literally says no.
Me and Michael have never been here.
And like
Dan is the one that's been here. When did you eat here? Yeah, because you've been here before.
When?
Oh, when?
Yeah.
My family's here.
Oh, okay. Dan said he's been to this place. This is Eggs Up Grill. He's been here a few times, but we've never been here. It's good. It's really good. Michael, Lindsay, Dan, Nikki, Austin, and Mal are here, and everything looked delicious. I had a chicken sandwich, which was a little weird for a breakfast place. It was really good.
Wait, you got a chicken sandwich?
I'm trying to eat good because I'm eating a lot of
potatoes.
Well, that was the bad part, but like because I'm eating a lot of ham. Dan and Mao had French toast and it looked good, and you had a don't remember what it's called. It's like the home fry thing. That looked amazing, and your sandwich looked really good. Oh my god, yeah, everything looked amazing. We got to come back here, Dan.
You almost said Mel.
Yeah, it's because I just concede that you're the one that's come up with most of the good ideas in my life, but this one was thanks to Dan. Thank you, Dan.
Your cat has arrived
Is this the new form of Uber?
via Box Express.
It's beautiful. I think your second passenger is showing up now. Fortunately, it's one of them Ubers where like multiple people can get in.
Yeah, the ride share.
Yeah, so go ahead, sir. Just hop on inside. Hop on inside. Alternatively, eat the outside of the car. If that sort of situation seems ridiculous to you, I can assure you it is a common occurrence in the George household. Whether or not the cameras are going, Mao loves to drag the cats around in the box.
They like it. Like if they're not in the box and I drag it, they'll run and jump in the box.
It's true. It's true. Sometimes I do it too. And sometimes when I push them around and I go choo-choo. Anyway, today has been crazy because the last clip was of lunch, and then this clip is right before I go to bed. So there was nothing in between, and you might be saying, you must have worked hard. Well, yes, but it's a specific type of work. It's the type of work where I forget everything that's going on in my life, and I also pull my hair out. And that is responding to and reading emails. Mostly it's destroying emails because I get a ton of emails. I mean, a lot, hundreds if not thousands every month, and they're all generally related to what I do for a living. They're almost always within the games industry, but there's a lot to deal with. Every morning I wake up and I look at my phone. There are tons of emails, and I'm like, cool. And throughout the day, you know, I pick up my phone and tons of emails. I'm like, cool. Now, sometimes I'll deal with them. A lot of times I don't, which means that one day a month, aka today, I need to start going through and clearing out those emails because I'll have several hundred and they need to be dealt with. Most of the emails are dealt with in a very quick fashion, and at some point maybe I'll do a video that's directed towards like game developers, so you kind of so game developers understand how we feel as like creators whenever we're looking at emails. We can give you guys some tips about how to do it. Just because we get a ton of developer emails, and I spend a very short amount of time on each one. I have so many emails to look at. I'm generally not dealing with them very well throughout the month. Maybe here and there I will, but usually one day, like today, I go through and, you know, I open up the email, I quickly try and figure out what it is. Because it's like, hey, play our game. Okay, where's your screenshots? Here, is it a screenshot? Is it animated? Is there a very easy to find link to the trailer? Like, these are all relevant things. Does the game look any good? Because I'm generally deciding very quickly whether or not I'm going to play a game. So like whether or not a game comes to like first 20, for instance, often has to do with how good a developer's email is. And if they don't show and explain very quickly what their game is and you what it looks like and things, then there's not a shot that it's going to show up on the channel because I got way too much stuff that I got to get through. If I open up the email and there's a few images or just a little write-up that says like other games it might be like, sometimes then I'll give the trailer a watch. If it entices me to the point like, oh, that could be interesting, then I'll watch the trailer. But a lot of times it's like click, read, look at, nope, and then I just move on because there's just so much. So that's like the game developer side of it. That's like all of the potential games. Sometimes the emails I get are crazy. I've gotten emails where there is no information about the game. It's just like, hey, we did this game. And it won't even be a link to the game on Steam or anywhere. There won't be any links. It'll just be like, the game's called this. And I'm like, no one's going to play this. Ever. Like, you can spend all the time in the world developing a game, and if your email sucks, that makes or breaks your entire thing. And that's wild. But, again, that's a separate vlog. Maybe at some point I'll talk about that in further in depth. Then in addition to game developer stuff and getting Steam keys and stuff like that, there's also emails that are just like, I don't even know how I get on these lists, but like it's like developer diaries for games that I may have never heard of. And they'll be like, developer diary 12 for this game. Things are progressing well. And I'm like, what? When did I get on this mailing list? And that's a lot. That happens a lot. I've been on so many developer diaries for so many games, and I don't know how it happens. So yeah, throughout the month, if I look at my phone and there's a subject line that seems really interesting, I might check it out right then. But a lot of times, I don't have it in me. Sometimes I'll scroll through my email like a few times a week just to like see if there's anything that like really needs my attention right then. But a lot of times it just waits until like one day a month, which is today, and then I blow up all my emails. The best I can. But I did it, and now it's done. And that is why there is nothing today, because I didn't even do interesting work. It's like the part of the work that is the worst. I did do one thing, though. Before I ended off this evening, I worked on the stream a little bit, because tomorrow morning we're doing breakfast stream again. And the biggest thing is that I added this. This is the Yeti. It's a dedicated microphone, which is good because that's the CS100. That's what we're using for visuals. But it was also, for the first stream, what we used for audio. The advantage of using audio and video on the same HDMI source is that they stay in sync perfectly. Great. The disadvantage of using the pinhole mics on the top of a point-and-shoot camera is that it sounds not that great, especially if you're doing a stream. So I got the Yeti hooked up. The syncing is not perfect, but I adjusted it, so now it is. And I learned to do a few other tricks in OBS. Things aren't perfect in the setup yet. I'm still having some issues with it's with the cam link. It's not with OBS. But I'm having some issues with the cam link, and I'm still trying to figure them out. But I did solve a few things. One of the problems I was having is that whenever I restarted the computer, OBS could not locate the cam link. And I changed some things around, and now it does. So now it at least picks up the camera. But we had some weird black flickering in the video for the first stream, and I don't know if I fixed that or not. The other issue is that OBS is still freezing. I don't know why. Not sure what exactly why it's crashing, but it is. It could be related to the cam link, but I'm not sure. It will require more testing and probably more streams. But I'll get there. It's a learning experience. It's different than on-demand video. It's different than being able to edit and stuff. And I'm dealing with software that I don't normally deal with. So at some point I'll get it all figured out. But it's there's some growing pains in the meantime. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would say to join us for a breakfast stream, but this vlog will be out after the fact. But maybe you did join us, in which case I appreciate it. Let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?